Well, it's saying I'm live. Oh, God. Let's see here. Well, it's saying I'm live. Well, it's saying I'm live. Yeah, guess it is working. Oh, God. Let's see here. All right. I guess I'm live. Let me see if I can get this thing to actually pop up and... All right. It says connecting streaming software to preview. Viewers will be able to find your stream. All right. Let's see here. Give you guys an intro. There we go. All right. Got the chat going. I think it's working. It's live. Let's see if it's Tater Dom. I think I got it. I don't know why I'm not getting the chat. It's saying I'm live. It's saying I'm live. Yeah, guess it is working. Oh, God. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know why I'm not getting my chat up. So we'll see. All right. Well, trying to figure this stuff out. I don't know why it's not, yeah, I don't know why it is not, no. I'm trying to go live here. Well, I can't get, oh, no. All right, now it's kind of creeping up here. Okay, Tater Dom, right on. All right, cool. Hey, buddy, what's happening? Hopefully you're not the only one, but I'm glad it's working. Glad it's up and moving here. Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm not the not the greatest with this technology stuff because I'm an older guy, but I'm here. All right, it's been what? About 2 weeks? I'm guessing 2 weeks. Tater, what are you drinking? Are you drinking? You having a sip? Because I did a warm-up. See, when I break this stuff down, every time I film, every time I do a live stream, this isn't just set up in my, sidebar backyard area. I have to break it down, put it away, and set it back up. So every time I end up put it together, hopefully I put it back together, back in normal pieces here, and it's not a mess. So I did a little warm up. Finally killed another soldier here. 1792 single barrel. Got this out in Arizona. It is a barrel select out of Sam's Club. It's probably one of the, tasted very good. So I ended up, I don't know if you guys, I did the review on that. The wife went to Sam's Club, and I always say, hey, can you just FaceTime me on the bottles that are there? And she came across that, and I've never had a single barrel. She gets one at great price. From what I can read, there was 27 or 37 bucks. Normally these things are 50 bucks. I go, all right, give me two. She comes back with three. So I scored. I scored with the the 1792 single barrel. So yeah, I killed it, and I got one more in there, and I got one out in the other place in Arizona. So yeah, Tater, it's just you and me right now, I think. Let me see if I got 5 views, and you're the one that's currently hanging up there. So hopefully you get some more people in. Nothing yet, but I'm planning to for Rebecca Creek Double Spanish Oak tonight. Oh, okay, Rebecca Creek. I have never heard of that. I don't know if I want to see what that is. I'll Google it real quick. Spanish Oak. Let me see what it looks like. Okay. Oh, all right. That's like 110 bucks for the regular one, I'm thinking. Well, you get the double barrel one, Spanish Oak, and that's a chunk off that thing. So that's like 250 bucks. But some of these online stuff just, they rip you off. So, Bob Loves Whiskey. What's up, man? How's it going? So, yeah, just anytime, if you ever hear me asking, hey, can you hear me, this and that, everything checks out. Just wondering if it's going through the system and that it's checking out. And it is. And I think when I talk, by the time it comes out on your guys' end, it's going to be at least, I'm guessing, 30 seconds. So it's going to be a little bit of a delay. All right. Tater and Bob. Sweet. I got 2 people going in here. So yeah, I'm out in the backyard. The last live stream, remember I was telling you I was a little cranky and just pissed off. I wasn't pissed off. It was just I came down with a horrible sinus infection and going to the doctors the next day because it was just terrible. They gave me some prednisone, no, whatever. It was some type of steroid, cleared it up pretty quick, and I didn't have to take the antibiotics. So, and then end up making a trip. Oh yeah, 80 bucks, man. That's a score. Save yourself. Okay, I'll have to go take a look and see what that is. The Rebecca Creek, because if it's 60 bucks in California, I'll take a look. So I'll take those. I'll write that down, because a lot of times, it just like I'm sure you guys walked into Total Wine, whatever, and you see a shitload of bottles. You figure half of them you want nothing to do with, but then you got the other half. It kind of perks your interest, but you're really not sure. And for some reason, the Wi-Fi always sucks in these places. So you try and look stuff up, and it just doesn't work. And I think they do that on purpose. So I'm gonna write it down. Yeah, it's good to know people drink stuff, and it's these are the small craft stuff that they come out with, and they make some good stuff. Just like the last live stream Fiddler, it's great. It's well worth it. Like on the lineup today, I got the I've been working it a little bit. The Barrel Bourbon batch number 27. If you guys can see that, 27. Going to give you a little bit on that one. Of course, the big name, it's going to be the Russell's Reserve Private Select. And what's funny is I've had this thing for a very long time. This fucking thing was bottled in September 2021. So I've had it for, it's out of Mission Wine and Spirits, and it's Eddie's Pick number 1. So this thing's been sitting in there, and if you want, once I crack this thing open, I got a little bit of that Russell's 13 left in there, and I'll let you know if it's similar, the same, because they're saying this thing, is what, 9, almost just under 10 years old. So I think it should taste good. I've had another one since. I bought it out in Texas when I was visiting the grandkid at the Specs, and it was their barrel pick, and it was good. I really enjoyed it. So I'm kind of curious what this one's going to taste like. Remedy in Glendale has them. Okay. All right. Well, I know where Glendale's at, but I really don't know where Remedy is. Obviously, it's a liquor store, I take it. Liquor and Wine Cellar, 1700 West Glen Oaks Boulevard, Glendale. Yep, had to look it up. Contact shop, browse liquor. Oh, you can browse their liquor store. All right, I might have to, take a little trip out there and take a look. Yeah, never heard of Remedy, but I'm glad you did. It's good to. That's one thing good about these live streams. You got so many people from different sides of the, LA County, or you're out in San Bernardino County, but that are close by. I don't think I've never been to Remedy, so maybe I got to make a trip out there and take a look. If I'm out in Glendale doing something, definitely I'll swing by and take a look and check and see what they got. So yeah, it's good to know. Good to know. All right. What else was I gonna do? So if you guys, so the last live stream, so I ended up having a bad sinus infection, whatever. I had to get that all cleared up. Ended up going out to Texas for a quick weekend, and celebrate the grandkids' 3-year-old birthday, and had a great time. So as soon as we got from the airport, my daughter, husband, and the baby, and the wife and me go heading back, but they didn't have any vodka for my wife, so she can make her things or whatever. And so we actually walked in to Specs with a 3-year-old, or soon to be 3-year-old. And yeah, no, Glendale is probably 20-mile drive. On a good day, I can get to Glendale. Minimum traffic, less than 30 minutes. So it ain't that far. And now I'm, it's you don't want to be rushed because you don't want to skip something that's on the shelf. So, Specs got a lot out there, a lot on the shelves. So I'm going down, coming back, and as I'm coming back, I end up finding the Ben Holiday Rickhouse Proof, and I got the soft red wheat Rickhouse Proof. So I'll do some reviews on that. But this is going to be, I already got it cracked open because I started in Texas and brought it back. But if you guys have anything, any name that you can guess if I have it, anything that I might have, and if I have it, I'll do it. I'll break it out. I'll break it out for you guys. So, all right. But it's up to you. The last live stream, Bradley Baker. And I sent out, I had a episode release of the Discovery, the Bardstown Bourbon Company Discovery number 8. That review just came out today, earlier this morning, because I put them in ahead of time and I kind of forgot, but, with the live stream, I didn't, my bad. I should spread them out a little bit, but I had to do Thursday today. I'd rather do it on Friday, but Bradley ended up commenting on it, and he goes, I said, hey man, I got a live stream going on at 4 o'clock California time. He goes, dude, I'm going to be out at dinner. I go, well, enjoy your dinner, go, do what you need to, and if I'm still on, I'm still on. If I'm not, hey, you can watch it. The shit, totally forgot what I was going to say. So it's up to you guys what you want me to do. I can knock out the Russells, and I can just start flapping my gums. So, and go from there. So, hey Bob, where are you at? I'm wondering, because I know Tater's out in Rancho Cucamonga, I believe that's what it was, out in San Bernardino. Where are you at, Bob? Gotta be out there somewhere. Just curious. So what I can do, I'll start on you know what, I'll do the Ben Holiday just because my eyeball keeps going to it. I think we'll get started with that, and like I said, I've already warmed up with the holidays. I warmed up with the 1792 single barrel, so it's the body is moving. It's moving around. It's doing what it has to do. So I'm just going to pour one right now. I'm going to read down the spreadsheet on this thing. I don't know if you guys stay up with current events, news, stuff like that, but there's been some stuff out there going on. but I'm gonna pour. Yep, not pour too much, but get started with this thing. Now this thing I started the Holiday Ben Holiday, distillery. I ended up getting the Bottle and Bond, the soft red wheat, and I loved it. Loved it. And I think I got a second one that's in there. Found these things at Specs when I was in there. I had to make a quick decision. Saw both this one and the soft red wheat right next to it. And with a 3-year-old that was gonna get his hands on thousands of bottles, so got it real quick. It's kind of expensive, but the Ben Holiday, they're making some great stuff. Louis the Fourth, nice, sweet. I'm glad you guys are in. Do you guys like any Finnish bourbons? All right, Finnish bourbons. They had a conversation. I can't remember who it was. The last live stream. I'm not much of a Finnish person. As I had a Thomas S. Moore. I did a review probably 20 back, and I didn't really like it much. I'm cool with toasted stuff, double oaked. I'm great. I'm good with that, but it's got to really stand out for the the Finnish stuff. If you're talking about Finnish, like sherry cask rum, stuff like that, I've had some and they're good, but if I go to, unfortunately, I should open myself up to more selection, but I kind of avoid those things. I do. I don't know if it's a bad thing. The C923. Okay. And grabbing the Stag or the C923. Why can't you do both? All right. C923 is good. I think I have that one. I may have done a review on that. It's good. Unfortunately, I got nothing. Did I get the C9? No. Isn't that C923 the big one that they're all talking about? I have the C922, C922. I never got a chance to get the C923 because all the hype. It was, everyone said it was great, age, everything. But, and then some people were saying, different laser code stuff will tell you what's good, a good one from a great one. For those, if you got it for MSRP, good for you. Hopefully you didn't pay not much more than MSRP. So, all right, I'm going to give you the rundown on this thing. It's a Ben Holiday, Missouri, straight bourbon whiskey, Rickhouse proof. Distillery Ben Holiday out of Weston, Missouri. It used to be called the McCormick Distillery. This is 120.1 proof, age 6 years, MSRP $75. That's what I got. They don't give you a mash bill, but they do give you everything else on it. It comes out of Warehouse C, bottled August 2023. I was able to get a Stag before Christmas, so I'll let someone else that's never had it make sense. All right, Stags are kind of tough to come by, and I really don't know why. If you guys look on this, one thing great about the Holiday bottles, if you look close, let me see if you can pull that up. It tells you everything, where it came, what floor it came out of. There's Warehouse C, and they blend it with a bunch of other. There we go. I'm sorry. Now it's in focus. And then on the other side, it tells you the date and everything like that. So it's good. I like disclosure. Only thing, they don't give you the mash bill on this one. Well, what are you gonna do? Can't win them all. So that's it there. Let me see what we got going on here. Okay. My favorite Finnish whiskey is a Sagamore Palo. Okay. Yeah. Sagamore makes good stuff. I didn't really venture out too much because they got a huge lineup. They got a bunch of stuff out there, Sagamore. So, all right, to the nose. Cinnamon vanilla. Heavy on the vanilla. and some cherries on there. So it's good for 6 years. All right, just a sip here. Cinnamon vanilla, it's getting there, and I'm getting cherries on there, and some oak on there. So it's obviously it's good. I've been drinking it for the price, $75 for a smaller distillery. I think it's good. You know, for the $75, it's for $75, a smaller distillery's got to, you know, have a little more, you know, have a little higher price. You know, it's not like the main, you know, the big 7 or 6 or whatever distilleries that just pump it out and it's volume. You know, they're getting what they get, and they have to make do and make some money, keep the lights on and everything like that. So now you guys are talking about finished stuff. Is finished bottles becoming a trend, or is finished bottles what people are looking for? You know, I can't say, not trendy. Is it the, you know, because for a while back I thought it was a lot of finished stuff, and they started, and then it went to double oaked and, you know, toasted stuff. You know, it kind of comes and goes. Is the finished stuff coming back? I'm just curious. Enjoy the early times. Wow. I ended up picking up an early times out here. Found it, they had it in California. Early times at a Sam's Club. You know, it's like $15 or something like that. You know, had to get it. Had to get it. Because, shit, a long time ago, a guy on East Coast, you know, I could never find early times out here. Ugh, I couldn't find the early times out here. He was chatting back and forth, and I go, yeah, I can't get that, because he wanted me to do a budget blind thing, which one that came out, and I can't remember which one came out, but Old Tub was one of my favorites in those things. I still got an Old Tub for the price, for, you know, yeah, I think it was like 25 and under, and early times was good. It was good, but, you know, then people start splitting hairs, the old early times and new early times. Who knows? I've never had both side to side, so I couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. Yeah, see, with this thing here, a lot of cinnamon, vanilla, and some caramel in there, and you're getting like a peppery tingle back there, and some oak. So this thing, if that's your jam, and if you want to, you know, venture out of the normal, away from the big distilleries, this is it. This is good, you know, coming out, because they made it big last year. I think they just started coming out last year, and they've been kicking ass ever since. So I had to get the Rickhouse one, because I had the Bottle and Bond. Yes, sir. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't. So the blue cap is the. Yeah, the blue cap's the new one, right? It's like a light blue cap. It's the more recent one. The black caps are the older ones that they don't make anymore, which I'm guessing it was out of. Wasn't it out of like the old Forester? I could be wrong. It came from somewhere, and I think Sazerac bought up, you know, that bottle, or however they do it, and Sazerac started doing it. But then you got the grace period of what they had in stock, and how many years is that? So I don't know. It's yeah, the reason why I had to learn that is because when Detroit, I think Detroit, out of, you know, he lives in Florida. He sent me a, you know, probably a few drinks out of it, and I did the comparison, and it worked. Brown-Forman. All right, Brown-Forman. Okay. Yeah, Brown-Forman, but yeah, Brown-Forman owns quite a few of those things, so yeah, maybe they just wanted to get rid of that and open up and make something else. But yeah, the thing is, you know, it's good color. It's not like the toasted Fiddler I had, but it's good. But if you guys are looking, I've been holiday. Like I said, I found this out in Texas. I haven't been in a Total Wine lately in California because I got a shitload of fucking bottles, and I got to start. This is how the thing works. It's a constant battle with the missus about buying stuff. So I do end up buying some bottles, and when I do, it for some reason it comes in spurts, and in those spurts it could be 4 bottles, it could be 8 bottles, it could be, fuck, I've done it in 10. So for me to get it to blend in like it's been there, I have to make room, and I'm maxed out. I got stuff on the floor in the house. I had, so I have to finish stuff like I did, the single barrel 1792. I had to finish, so I got room now. So once that kind of starts creeping back, because slowly bottles go away, I can get them in. But I'm thinking I'm getting away with it. There's no way. There's no way I'm getting away with it. She knows. But at the same time, she's buying stuff on the other end too. She's, but her stuff's way more expensive. But the bottles are a physical object that's there. So she sees it as a threat because there's so many of them that she has to try and catch up to buy more shit that she really doesn't use. So, this ain't a job for me. This is fun. This is fun. And the fun part is I have a good time tasting whiskeys. I have and I'm kind of on the geeky side when it comes to, cameras, technology, and learning how to do stuff. Me personally, I think making, I'm going to make an adjustment here. Nope. One more. I like, taking pictures, taking videos, and it's not, you don't take a picture, you make a picture. Or you don't take a video, you make a video. Meaning you want it a certain way, a certain look, a certain angle, a certain tilt, a certain, color. You try and you try and make it, the way you want it. And me with a lot of these things, like right now, it's really bright behind me. But see, I got to keep my ISO on auto because it's constantly changing. So if you ever see, the colors or whatever, and I can adjust the light. I got a light right over here. It's constantly changing. If I wanted to, put a filter on and do stuff like that, I got to keep the ISO at a set that I want to set it at. That way you'll get a certain image because I'm outdoors and it's constantly changing with the daylight. One day I'll get a studio or a room, turn it into a studio, and I can get it just right, and and make it cool. Right now, you got a lot of back whitewash behind me, and I'm looking at it because I got a monitor just above the camera, and it looks kind of bright, but by the time it gets to you, because I'm filming in 4K, by the time it gets to you, it's probably 1080. Because it's got to travel across the wires and all that. So yeah, Tater, you end up having to sneak stuff in, or or is it a constant battle with buying stuff? Because when she sees the bottles there as an item, so she needs to buy something to compete with that item. So if I start clearing stuff out by finishing the bottles, that's when I can replenish. So I go and buying, like I said, it comes in spurts, 5, 6, 7 bottles. But I've gotten to the point where a long time ago when I first started out, I would buy pretty much anything. They said it's got to be good. And then, you develop your taste, and your taste buds constantly changing. It's something you revisit that's 8 months ago, could be fantastic that you didn't like back then, and you can go back and thought it was bad back then, and you taste it, and you're like, man, I must be missing something. Yeah, this George T. Stagg only costs $40. Good. You know what? Yeah, it's, you got to buy one cheap bottle and then keep that around. Just show her, yeah, look, just keep your thumb over the date and time. So me, I'm lucky. We with our, so I've slowed down on buying just anything, and that's why when I hit you up about that Rebecca Creek, I wrote it down, because if it's good, I'll get it. And I would rather hear it from people like you in the chat that it's a good bottle. And you could say, yeah, no, it's a good whatever, if you come across it. But if you think you like it that much where you're going to put it on a chat, I'll go look for it. I'll seek it out if I can, if I come across it. Same here. I don't. Yeah, and you watch a lot of these. It's funny. I've actually started getting away from watching a lot of stuff, because the majority of the time, there's some honest people that will say, yeah, this is terrible. It's a perfect example, like the last Remus that came out. Was it 8? And a lot of people didn't really like it. And the 7, wasn't all that. I stopped buying them after 6. I got one 6, and I think I got 3 of the 5s. I think I got 1 4 and 1 3, and I've not opened them up. I've had the 5 because I got multiple bottles of that, and that was very good. And with the MGP and the Remus and everything like that, I think it's kind of fallen off, and I'm hoping MGP or Ross and Squibb, they redeem themselves. Even with the Gatsby. I go down to the Albertson, they got one sitting in there, and it's $250, and I'd like to get it, but I'm not willing to take a chance on that, because based on what they've done this past year and the year before, I don't think it's worth it. I don't. I don't. It's not the gamble I want to take, and that's that's bottles. It's same thing with wines and things like that. You take a gamble. Once the word gets out that it's the most fantastic thing on earth, everyone's going to get it. So it's like the Stags. It's and I watch some of these things, and like some of the guys, some people like it. The last Elijah Craig, didn't really wasn't all that. But like the C923 was a big hit, because it was aged and whatever. So you kind of watch the patterns that the C on the whole Larceny and the Elijah Craig's. You kind of watch the pattern that the C, the one released in September, is probably the most sought after, because it's probably going to be the best tasting. I don't know why. I don't know why Heaven Hill does it like that, but I just. They got the rhyme and reason why they're doing what they're doing. So I'm going to finish this thing up. It's basically a cinnamon, vanilla, cherries on this thing, and it's good. $75. I'd recommend it if you can afford it. $75 is steep, but the bottle will last you for a while. And I got the wheat one in there, and I'll do a review. What I'll do is I'll save this thing for a review. That way you guys don't have to sift through an hour or so just to see what it is. But if you see the Ben Holidays, they're really good. It's worth it. It's money. I think the regular bottle and bond and something else, the next step down is like a $65 bottle, 58, $65, right around there. So it's worth it. It's worth it. I think it's good. And actually this one here, when I paid for it, the old lady was there, and I'm like, yeah, it's an expensive hobby. Yeah, so that's Ben Holiday. Yeah, on that one I got a lot of That was a thick, that was a fat pour, or fat sip on that thing. I finished it up. A lot of vanilla on there, a lot of cherry on there. Got some caramel, hair bit of cinnamon, and the cinnamon's kind of hanging back in the back of the palate. And this thing's long. It's still, I still feel it tingling in the back. So, hey. So if you look behind me, let me move out of the way. That's my boy Murphy. Yeah, he was the one that was having, right there, the boy Murphy. He was having issues, got on that fever barbital, and when he first got on it, because he had seizures, first got on it, he wasn't doing well. He was clumsy, everything like that. So I'm sure he kind of basically felt drunk, you know, not coordinated. He was, you know, not doing what he normally does. And as the time, you know, it's been about a month. As the time goes on, it's gotten better, coordinate, you know, but, you know, his coordination is much better, agility, and like this morning, I have my coffee out here. He's playing tag with the other dog, you know, Chunk, and he was doing good, not slipping, not doing whatever. So I think he's becoming a functioning medicated drunk dog. So he's doing well. So he's functioning good. So he's doing good. The 6 and 7 year, not the cast strength, are still sitting on the shelves around here. Yeah. Yeah, I guess they, instead of saying cast strength, they call it Rickhouse proof. Yeah, that's, you know, a coin turn. I get, you know, it's cool. I think it's different. It's worth it. I've had the wheat. I have tasted the bourbon whiskey, and they're both good. They're both good. You know, you can't go wrong with 6 years, even if you put the $10 per year on there. You know, that's about right. You know, people say, yeah, you pay $10 per year of the age. It's worth it. You know, it's just, the taste is good. You know, it's something different out of, you know, than Kentucky. You know, Kentucky is the best, whatever. But, you know, you got this, you got Georgia, you got, well, I can't, you know, Widow Jane. If you guys go way back, I tried to do, I had a bad bottle of Widow Jane. It was horrible. So, but I tasted my buddy, buddy Jeff, Jason had one. It was very, very good compared to what I had. It was horrible. So I had a bad bottle. I ended up pouring that thing out. It was so bad that if I drank it first, anything I drank after left me a bad taste, a horrible aftertaste. So, yeah, if you can see the 6 and 7, see, you got what's cool about this, I've had the 6 year, not the cast strength of the Holiday. I've seen the 7s. I'm wondering what the difference is between the 6 and the 7. If there's anything at all. A year can make a lot of difference in there. So I've had, this is a 6 year, the other one I have in there, the Rickhouse one's a 6 year. The one I've had before, the Bottle and Bond, it was a 6 year. So I haven't had the 7. So I don't know. It's, I don't know if it's a marketing, what have you, to get you go buy them all, but it's well worth it. If I had to guess, I got the 6. The 7's going to be just as good. So that's what I'm going with. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. So, all right. Louis, did you do the C923, or did you go with the? Trying to read this stuff. Did you go with something else? All right, we got Madeline Ochoa. Yeah, if you guys can tell, looking at the chat, she just got back from school, going to nursing school, and she called me to vent. And I go, hey, go online and see if you can watch your dad flap his gums. I don't know why it's not charging. Something's not charging right here, so should be charging. Hang on, I'm just trying to fix something here, get it up and running. Don't know why it's not, but should be. Let me see something here. All right, well, I got a screen that's dying out on me, so I'm going to keep talking. Hopefully you can still hear me, but you guys put in, okay, I asked the same question, and a friend that's pretty knowledgeable of ball and bond stuff mentioned that the difference was because of the quota. Okay. All right. I'm going to try and put another charger in this thing to see if this thing can charge, because I'm going to lose my screen here in a sec. No, you guys are going to be fine. It's just, I'm just trying to see if I can keep this thing rolling here. But with it's up to you guys. You guys make the decision on what do you want me to do? Want me to do the Russells? I can do the Russells. Remember, I'm the cameraman. I am the drinker. I am the, I don't know why it's not charging, but that just kind of upsets me there. But well, I just guess that's how it's going to work today. All right, if that screen goes out, I got another screen. So, all right, so I pretty much hit quota for 6 years, so they held back what was remaining to bottle. Okay, all right. So basically, they put this thing in a, the bottle and bond thing, and they end up. I don't know why it's not. So they put it in there, and they got, whatever they were supposed to do, and they had some extra stuff in there. All right, no, I bet you anything, it's going to taste good. All right, so you guys decide right now, because I only got a few people that are consistent in here. Got Louis the Fourth. I got Tater, and I got Madeline that has no clue about the bourbon whiskey thing. She's my baby girl. Well, she's one of my baby girls. She's my second baby girl. Well, first baby girl if you go by age. So she's the middle one. She's the one with the crazy man that I just got to hang out with for his 3-year-old birthday party, which is so much fun. I love that little boy. So I will, you know what? I'm going to crack open the Private Barrel Select. I don't know. No one's jumping up here, giving me suggestions, or I can do the barrel. I can do the barrel if you want and save the grand finale for the Russells. You tell me what you think. Got to get some few people in here and see. What kind of cars do you guys drive? I'm curious. What kind of car? I know what Madeline's driving. Because that's my old car. But what kind of car do you drive? You got, and if you have multiple cars, you have the everyday driving, and then you got the one that you like driving, you feel like a rich person. Which Russells? What? Oh, all right. I'm going to give you a Russell. This is the Russells, and this is the back of it. Come on, focus in. There we go. This is the back of it, what they put on there. This one here, and I can, if you want, I can compare it to the 13, and I'll have to run in the house and get it real quick to see which, because this is just under 10 years. Just under 10. Screw it. I'm doing it. I'm going to take command of this because you guys are drinking, having a good time, and I don't know, is there a hockey game on? I don't know. I'm a hockey, I like, I watch the Kings. I like the Kings, Been a Kings fan. I've been the California Kid King. The wifey and I both are Tesla. Wow. Now how's that? Now Teslas are cool. I'd love to buy a Tesla. I know they're expensive, you know, just like with any car nowadays. All right, I'm gonna pour this thing. I'm gonna let it air out for a little bit. I'm gonna pour a fat one on this because I'm gonna let this thing air out a little bit. The Teslas are cool cars, so which one is it? And you know, they got numbers. The one that looks like a car, the one that kind of has like the hatchback, not the one with where the doors, the back doors open up like this. And then they have a truck, right? They have a four-door, it looks like an SUV. Then they have another four-door where the back doors, I think, open up like this. And Madeline got a Honda, you know, because we sold it to her, you know, because it was our old car. It was a Honda Sport. So, I think, you know, 2015, I think. Great car. Great car. And, you know, she loves it. Hondas go forever. Oh, let me just read the back of this thing here. Distilled 11/21/2011, dumped 9/13/2021, bottled 9/23/2021, and the barrel number is 20-0669, warehouse G, floor 4, and it's selected by Mission Wine and Spirits, and it's Eddie's pick number 1. So I like I like Russells. If I had to pick between Russells and Wild Turkey, I go Russells. Kind of think about this. Who, you know, the master distiller, who knows where all the best barrels are at? The Russell father and son. You know, I think Dad's done now, so it's the son. They know where all the good barrels are at. So I kind of lean towards Jeff. Oh, okay, Jeff thinks the Cybertruck is ugly. I've seen it once. To me, a truck is more of it's more of a car that's shaped like a truck. You know, there's no truck function really to it, you know, compared to a pickup truck. So if you're going to get a truck, get it for what you need to, you know, so you can haul stuff in or have the ability to do it. It's kind of cool, but it's they have two Model S, a 2015 and a 21. I didn't want to get rid of the 15 because the ultimate unlimited supercharge. Oh, okay. Model X. All right. Yeah. So you know the truck is cool and it's new. It's coming out and I think it looks cool, but it has no truck really. You know, truck function. There's no way you're going to be able to tow a boat or a camper or anything with that thing because just like with any battery type thing, it's going to drain. That's why they can't do these big rigs with batteries because the weight can't compete with the diesel engines that like the big rigs. You know, that maybe one day they'll be able to, you know, get it up and running and do it right. All right, Buddhist 829. All right, you're back, man. Right on. Right on, Buddhist, you're a regular. I like it. So, you know, if someone gave me the Cybertruck, it'd be cool. But the Teslas I like, I don't know what the S model looks like. Is the regular coupe, you know, four-door, or is it that one where it's kind of like an SUV type looking thing? You know, I think they're cool, but I don't know what they're even going for now. I don't know what a Tesla S model or any Teslas, because aren't they kind of like up in the $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 range? But then again, you know, I got a diesel pickup, you know, from 2018. That was $72,000. You know, it kicks ass. You know, I tow a boat with it. You know, I could pull a house with it if I needed to. It's got so much power, and that thing's been around all over the place, and it just keeps going. And the diesel engines last, you know, 2, 3, 4, 500,000 miles if you take care of it. So that's why I got it. Hopefully I'll never have to buy another pickup again, you know. But I got a beater, 2008 Honda Accord that I can park anywhere I want and don't care if people scratch it. That's just me, you know. So, yeah, things are just draining here. It's good to have you, man. What are you drinking? Buddhist. I can't believe Jeff. My buddy Jeff, he just jumped in. Jeff G, I'm assuming is Jeff G is my buddy Jeff that I drink all the time with, and I actually grew up with him. You know, we met. Shit, I was probably 14 years old. Met him and still friends. You know, it's good. You know, hang out with him all the time. I'm glad he. You know, I'm assuming that's him, but he just told you it's ugly. That's just him. He'll tell you how it is. You're like, well, I can't argue because he left you no wiggle, any wiggle room of debating because he's like, no, it's ugly. You know, can't change a guy's mind. You know, if it's ugly or not with cars. You know, he's got some cool cars. He's got he's got a Charger. His wife drives. He's got a pickup. He's got a Mustang. I want to say it's like a 2018. Not the Boss, but the one with the stripes. It's a one of the limited edition ones. Bitchin' car, and then he's got the old '65 Mustang that we grew up with. And it's cool. It's cool. Old Forester 100. All right, yeah. All right. Oh shit! Hang on. I'm about ready to take a sip. Out of habit. Now it's up to you guys. You want me to compare this to the 13? I can run in the house real quick and see if it's worth trying to get a Russell's 13 for 250 bucks the next time it comes around. If it's worth it, or try and do a single barrel select, because they do it all over the place, and you can save yourself 150, 200 bucks. Now, you let me know. If not, I will just drink this thing and run down the spreadsheet. I think it's been airing out pretty good. I like Russell's. I'll take it's a slight edge over Wild Turkey stuff. But, you know, like I said, because these guys know, the master distiller's going to know where the better barrels are at, and they're going to keep the best for themselves. I'm just saying, for the name. But it's all going to the same pot. You know, same company, same everything. So, oh, Shannon, nice to see you. Nice to hear from you. I'm glad you're on. You know, and I already put it out there that you drive a nice Dodge Charger. You know, the 392 super fast, really fast Dodge. So, all right, so this is a Russell single barrel, private barrel. Company is Campari Group. Distillery is Wild Turkey. It's ongoing proof, 110 age. It's undisclosed, but based on the math back there, this one's a 9, just under 10 years old. Mash bill, 75 corn, 13 rye, and 12 malt and barley. Oh, there you go. Madeline saying hi to Shannon. MSRP is 60 for the regular Russells. For the non-barrel select, it's going to be about 68, and the barrel selects are like 78. So they're going to make it 10 bucks off you than what, the regular Russells, what have you. So yeah, that's it. You're paying basically 10 bucks more on a barrel select, and sometimes it's worth it. The only thing, I've had one of these, and this is the one I got out, not this one, but the one I had out in Texas. I'm trying to remember what the taste was. I'm seeing if this is going to be a little bit different. They're all going to be a little bit different, so that's why they keep getting you coming back for more there. Light cinnamon on there. Some caramel. I gotta take a breather. Shannon's gonna make fun of me if I do this. And maybe a little graham cracker on there. And some leather. I'm taking a sip. I poured a fat one here, and I don't know if you guys want me to, I got a little bit left of the 13 to see if it's comparable. You let me know. I'll do it. I'll do it real quick. On that, I'm getting a lot of caramel and leather and some cinnamon on that first sip. So with that first sip, this thing is good. You know what? If entertain, talk shit, do whatever. Smell, yeah. I figured you'd say something about me doing this. I'm gonna come right back. I'm gonna go get the 13 and compare them. Come on. All right, I'm back with you. Sorry about that. I had to split real quick. Gonna do a side-by-side of the Holiday Soft Red Wheat and the Green River Wheated. Yeah, no, hey Jeff, yeah, do that. Cause I got the wheated, I got the regular soft red wheat, but I actually got the Rickhouse Proof soft red wheat in there when I was out in Texas. So this thing here is a highly sought after bottle. I think I cracked this open. I don't know, Jeff, if you can remember. Now we get the soothing sound of the waterfall. Oh, good, you're getting it. I'm on a boom mic because I am trying something a little bit different. If I had the other mic, it'd be, you know, one that's right here, so you might not hear it as much. But I'm trying something a little bit different. I think the boom mic, I'm trying it out. Hopefully the sound's good. It sounds similar than the one that goes on my shirt and in my pocket. I'm just trying a few things out, and this is my way to, you know, kind of geek out and buy some more equipment, whatever, and see if it works. Because with this, I can mount it to the camera and do something out in the field and do whatever. I don't know. All right, so yeah, with the let me know the difference between what you think between the soft red wheat and the Green River wheated. That was when you left. Oh, okay. Yeah, because if I had the other one on, it's a wireless thing. If I ran in the house, you would have heard me run in there, yell at the dogs, and then come back out. So the way the boom mic works is the sound gets picked up in a almost like a funnel type thing. So it's more of a specific little area, because if I walk off to the side, you're not going to hear me as well. So, and which is pissing me off that my top monitor is not charging right. So I just, you know, trying to see if I can get this thing to charge a little bit, because I know it's going to die. I know it's going to end up dying on me here because I'm down at 20%, but I got the other one going, so we'll see. Well, if it dies, hopefully it doesn't cut out. Hang on for a second. I'm going to go behind the camera. I'm going to take a few more sips of this one. I don't know if you guys can still hear me. And I'm learning as I go here, trying to figure this stuff out. And hopefully, if it does die out, my podcast doesn't take a shit, and if it does, I'll jump back on. Because the way the wires are working here, I got the wire coming from the camera to the monitor, the in, and then the out comes from the monitor into the computer. So if it dies out, hopefully it doesn't die out and shut everything off. If that's the case, then I gotta scramble, put what's coming out of the monitor into the camera. You learn as you go. You know, so hopefully, and it should be charging. You'd think that it would be charging. You know, I don't know. It worked last time, and I didn't see anything kind of fading away. But yeah, I don't know. It sucks. I need a tech guy. But, you know, All right, Troy M. All right, Troy M. You know, he's the guy that sent me the early times. Glad to have you on, bud. You guys can go back and review it, but it's, I think you'll, I did the Ben Holiday Missouri Straight Bourbon Whiskey Rickhouse Proof. So good to have you, Troy. Right now, Jeff, me, the Green River is tastier than the Holiday Soft Red Wheat, about $15 cheaper. All right, there you go. Yeah, well, the, no, you did it. Lost signal. Okay, I'm back on. Long time. So this is going to be a tricky thing here. So I'm at 20% that it shows. It's not charging. So we'll see how this thing goes. It might go blank again. And if I disconnect, I will start all over. Not start all over, start another one. Might be a little time. So I don't know why it's not letting me, you know, do it. But, you know, hopefully it sticks around. So I don't have to cut it short because of it. All right, so with this thing here, yeah, you get the caramel oak and the cinnamon, and I'm getting a lot of leather on this one, which is good, and a hair bit of rye spice. I'm just gonna pour a little bit of this thing because, you know, I cracked this thing open on one of the holidays that Jeff and Shannon were over, and they end up, everyone loved it, you know. So I poured a little glass. I'm going to do a little comparison between the two, and I'll let you know if it's worth spending, you know, the big money on the Russell's 13 or just get a regular Barrel Select Russell's, because they're, you know, very close in age. What's 3 years difference? So, all right. Well, I guess you're gonna have to buy the 13. So. Yeah, this thing, I don't know why it's not charging. This is going to upset me if it blanks out because I got the charger in there and it's going to die. It's going to die. I'm watching the meter. I'm down to 20%. I got a red mark on there and it should keep going because it didn't die out last time. And I don't want to lose all you guys. So I know it blanked out. I just went through a bottle of that Select over the holidays. Phenomenal in my opinion. No, the Selects are great, and they're going to be different. They're going to be different. You know, different age, different barrels, different locations, different everything. But like this one here, you know, came from Warehouse G, floor 4. So at least they tell you where it came from. It's good. So I just took a sip of the 13. Very good. I think they're very close. Very, very close. Am I great at this? No, I'm not. I'm not. If you had to save 150 bucks, the Barrel Select's well worth it. If you got the money and if you can find one, time to start investing in some nice camera equipment. Yeah, I know. It's not the camera equipment that I'm saying. It's the monitor that I have, and everything's going through it. So that's where I'm having a tough time because it may just be telling me that the battery's dead, but it's being charged. It's being plugged in. It's plugged in. So if it goes blank, I'll lose my goddamn mind because this ain't cool. All right. Yeah, I know you're a Nikon guy. I get it. I got Sony, but you know you got a lot of good equipment, but it's the whole live stream, everything, it's a delicate situation. Buddhist, Russell's 13 last time I actually saw here in New Jersey was 300 bucks. Could be amazing, but that's a bit out of, but yeah, no, I get it. And you've upgraded from jars to Glencairns. No, I still got my jar. I still got the jar here. I did a warm up with my single barrel 1792 that I finally killed. Like I said, I use the jars only because when I'm clumsy, if I'm clumsy, but it's bound to happen being clumsy. I knock the Glencairns over, and a lot of times they break. The jars, you know, I've actually dropped them, and they've made it. So you know, and plus the whole song from, it's an Irish jig type song, but it's from Metallica, Whiskey in a Jar. Hey, it makes sense. Why not drink out of a jar? You know, I'm just saying. So, but I got Glencairns. No, don't get me wrong. I got, you know, if you guys want to look, I got my little thing, little taster thing. I made it. I ain't gonna buy one. I made it out of a 2x4. You know, it's fun. You know, working, making shit. So, yeah, no, $300 for that bottle. Don't do it. Don't do it. You'd be better off paying $78 for a Russell's Barrel Select. I'm trying to get a little bit more on the Barrel Select, which I took a sip of. I'm getting a little more rye and leather on there, but you're getting the caramel. You're getting some tobacco on there. It's got a little bit, some range. It tastes great. Don't get me wrong. It tastes great. The jar are foolproof for the foolproof. Yep. No. Hey, the jars. I tell you, it works. And the best thing about those things, they're yogurt jars. They're actually yogurt jars. You know, you buy a 4-pack of whatever yogurts for $6, $7, $8. They come in a glass jar. You got drinkers. You know, I like it. I don't know. It's just me. You know, I know. It's a strange quirk, but Glencairns are good too. You know, you get a little more smell out of them because it kind of narrows up. You know, the whole, you know, curvy glass thing. All right, this is the 13. It's going to be a lot sweeter. You know, so the 13 is going to be much sweeter. So. Yeah. All right. There's a reason why a 13 is so good. You know, because you're getting a little bit of cinnamon, but you're getting the leather. The leather's much sweeter on a 13 than the Barrel Select. And I'm splitting hairs here. I use those little small mason jars at the campfire. Yeah, no, at the campfire, and you drop them, and you know it's not a big loss. A Glencairn is going to cost you $20 a glass, and it goes up from there for all the fancy stuff. But with the Russells, it's a sweeter, softer leather, cinnamon, and you're getting a lot of fruit, like a cherry on there. Whereas the Barrel Select, you know, man, I brought out a tough one here. You know, if I'm gonna compare, I'm gonna compare two great ones here. Anybody can compare a Old Forester to a Eagle Rare. Anybody can do it. You know, you're going to be able to tell the difference. With the Barrel Select, you got the sweetness, but what I'm getting on there is you're getting a little bit more. You're getting a little more tingle, a little more 110 proof. What's this thing? And the Russell's is 114. It's not tasting 114. Now they do have one finish in an XO. PK brandy cask. Jeff, I'm not understanding the PK. Haven't opened it yet. Interesting. Okay. The Select bottle, I just went through an awesome Dusty Rickhouse note, which really dug. Okay. Let me make an adjustment here. So between these things, if you know, it's too bad that the MSRPs of the Russell's 13, I'm guessing I probably paid I think I paid $188 for this. And me and Jeff got the same hookup. Great lady, Kristen at Albertson. Every once in a while she'll get some bottles in and she'll send a picture and go, hey, are you interested? You know, and I'm like, you know, yes, no, whatever. Great lady. She sent me a picture of a bunch of E.H. Taylors and I think a Stag. I ended up getting the E.H. Taylor straight rye. And it was kind of expensive. I think it was like $100, but I kind of looked up online. I think it's going for like 90, $100 MSRP. So I got that thing a couple days ago. Let someone else get the other stuff. I don't want to be greedy. We share. You know, there's a lot of guys that give her a list, and she's great. And it's the best deals you can get. You know, if you get in contact with a good person that's in charge of their liquor department, they get bottles. So if you give them a list, chat them up, and they'll hook you up, you know. But you don't fuck them by trying reselling them, because I can turn around and sell the bottle I got for $110, you know, the straight rye. I can't remember, Jeff, if you're still there, if you had the E.H. Taylor straight rye, or if you got a different rye. I think it's a Bottle and Bond that I got. It tasted great because Jeff opened his up. You know, Jeff drinks all his bottles. He opens everything. You know, there's a few exceptions that I don't think he's opened up yet, but he drinks the bottles. And I have them. I drink them. I open them up. Like the Russells, I open it up. You know, because she got it for me. I think I paid $188 for it. But for the $300, wait for next year. Hopefully you can find somebody else that can sell it for a little bit cheaper. But we got a hookup, and if you guys are having a tough time with a hookup, talk to the big chain stores, the liquor department, the head person there, and you know you're gonna have to spend a little money to get the ability to, you know, get some good stuff. You know, really good stuff. So that's just how it works. So I got one last drink of the Russells. It's much, can I say, smoother? Smoother. I'm going to read through some of this stuff because I'm listening to both versions of that song on Patty's Day. Okay, hang on. Oh, hey, the Frank August Mitsunara Cask. Hang on, let me read down here real quick. I don't have my glasses on. I gotta lean forward. I'll listen to both versions of that song. Patty's Day, all right, cool. Troy-Am, I use the little mason jars for a campfire. Tom, or Tater Dom, oh nice. Jeff, I had no idea Frank August had finished stuff. What? Tater, dude, have you not watched? Has it come out? I think I released it. They do have one finished in XO. Okay, yeah, Jeff, you got one. You got the finish. I'd like to get a little sample on there. I'll do a review on that. PK Brandy Cask. I want to try it out. I want to taste it. I haven't finished the other one. Oh, you haven't opened it. Okay. All right. I've already done a review on the Mitsunara Oak. The selected bottle just went through, had awesome dusty. Okay. That was Frank August, finished in a XO PK Brandy Cask. Okay. So you, Jeff, you got the case study too, because we ordered it the same day. I have the straight rye and it's great. Okay, straight rye. All right, yeah, I tasted it, loved it, and Kristen asked for it. I didn't have it, so I ended up getting it. It's a great deal. Waiting on you to open it. Okay, Jeff, I have done a review on the Mitsunara Oak. I had to do a lot of research on that because the oak, the way basically what Frank August did, and rumor has it that Buffalo Trace, that's the booze that they got. Rumor, because there's an NDA, and the whole point of that is they know that the booze that they got, that Frank August bought, they don't want to take responsibility if it tastes like shit. So Frank August somehow gets these 5 Mitsunara oak barrels. These are out of Japan, and the oak is very porous, and it's very curvy, and it's very hard to get because it takes much longer to grow than a regular oak in the United States. Is very curvy, and it's very selective on the stuff that they. I wouldn't have given out the christening info. It's a harder oak, a longer, it takes long. It's everything's hard about it. It's harder to dry it out. It's very curvy, very hard to make barrels out of. So it's very expensive. But it has certain flavors and it's very porous. This thing gave out crazy flavors, different flavors out of the norm. But for $200 a barrel, $200 a bottle. I think it's well worth it because it's so different, and you kind of go down the path of something that's completely different. So it's well worth it if you can find it. And they only made, I think they did five barrels. So just everything. It's well worth it, but I think it's one of those bottles. It's Case Study 1, the Mitsunara Japanese oak. It's it's worth the $200, but I think they only made they made 5 barrels out of it, so it's going to be hard to come by. But like me and Jeff, we go way back, and we and like I said, I'll take a sample, do a review on the XO brandy one that he got, and I'll have him taste the one I got. So I'm going to let it kind of sit there, and it's just different. It's different, and I think it's great. Changing, expanding the range of what you have. So I don't know if I'm talking too loud. I know Jeff's texting me right now, going, "Hey, dude, you're talking too loud." So now let's step back. I'll see if I can. I'll tone it down just a little bit because I have the ability here to do it. All right. I don't know if that's too loud or not. I think it's kind of in the green-orange range on the meter. And like I said, it's good to know. Jeff just kind of told me, he goes, "Hey man, don't lay out the gal that me and him kind of work with." You get to know the people that kind of run their departments wherever you live, and you make friends, you discuss with them, and show the interest of the bourbons and whiskeys and ryes that you like. And it's just you spark up the conversation, and people help people out. So just kind of pointing me out, goes, "Hey, don't lay her out." I'm not laying her out. Great gal. Puts out stuff that lets us know that she gets some good stuff, and that she's actually seen some of the people on given her list that have resold it, and she's cut them off. She's only going to do it for the people that enjoy the alcohol and enjoy it. So if you do it to try and screw them, she's going to cut you off, because she knows. She checks the the other markets, the black markets on that stuff. So yeah, so Jeff, I will bring over the Case Study 1. We'll taste the Case Study 2 and go from there, and I'll take a sample from you, and I'll do a review on it. I went through, all right, so if with these two, I guarantee the next release of the 13 is probably going to be about 250 bucks, if, you know, 225 to 250 bucks. Because they keep going up in price. You know, with the Biden inflation going on here, Bidenomics, what he calls it, it's going to go up. It's going to go up in price. So this thing, I guess, if the next one that comes out is going to be 250 bucks MSRP. This probably go up to 85, I'm guessing, just because. These are so close, and I could tell the difference. 13 is much softer, and the flavor's roughly the same, but for price, I'd stick with the Barrel Selects, or even the Russell's Reserve, you know, single barrel. It's worth it. You know, you got the Russell's single barrel, and then you got the Barrel Select, and then you got 13. You know, it's and you're going to pay for the price, you know, and, you know, people are, you know, struggling with the money. Stick with the Barrel Select. If you see it out there, it's probably going to be 78, 85 bucks. It's worth it. It's 100% worth it. I'm going to read down to the head house. All right. Yeah, with the, I still need to watch Matt's review on that. Oh, yeah, no, I know I it's hard to keep track, but I know I did the review on it. I don't know if you guys want to, you know, verify, but I know I did a review on it, and it's out. 100%, I know it's out. Yeah, no, it's out. I think it came out last week. Yeah, 7 days ago. The Mitsunara, it came out last week. If you can find it, I think we ended up, me and Jeff, we ordered it together. It was on Sealbox, I think. We ended up buying it. So, and he got the XO brandy cask. You know, it's on Sealbox, and I've got, this is my third bottle. I have the small batch, single barrel, and the Mitsunara. And, you know, they're all good. They're all good, and they're cool bottles. They're different than everything else, and the top is like I said, 3 pounds. You know, you can kill somebody with that damn thing. All right, volume's good. All right, cool. All right, I had to adjust the volume here and look it up. And remember how I was doing the old panic thing? The indicator on the monitor was the battery, but now it's plugged in. And I'm doing good. All right, so I unplugged nothing. You know, I screwed things up myself. So leave it alone. All right, so that was the last sip of the Private Barrel Select. So you guys, if you see these things out there, the Private Barrel Select, it doesn't matter what store you're at. I'm not going to guarantee, but I'm pretty sure 99% of the time it's going to be good. So it's well worth it. Get it. The Russell's 13, if you see it for MSRP, regardless, like I said, probably the ones that come out this year, 2024, they're going to be $225-ish, $250. I'm guessing. So, you know, based on your budget, I'd get 2 bottles of the Private Barrel Select to one of those. And if you hell bent that, I've always wanted a Russell's Reserve 13. I finally got it, and I paid 188 bucks for it. You know, it's a good deal. It's worth it, but it's will I do it again? Based on the price, no, I won't do it again. I'll stick with the Private Barrel Selects, and just, you know, because they're gonna change a little bit. Everyone goes after this allocated stuff, and it's really not. It's you shouldn't do it. You shouldn't. I'm telling you right now, you shouldn't do it. You're chasing it, and Jeff went through it too. You know, going through it too. You know, me and him. I'm talking about Jeff only because he bought we'd buy a shitload of fucking bottles, and a lot of them just sit there because you taste them. All right, great, whatever. You put them away. Now that we have all these bottles, you're kind of going, all right, I got to drink these just to get rid of them. and I won't get them again. It's get the stuff that you like. If it's hitting your flavor profile, keep getting them. But if it's like, but if you want to experience and change it up a little bit, like the Misonara, the Frank August Misonara Japanese barrel, you get one of those things, it's going to be expensive, but at the same time, you're going to taste stuff that's a little bit different, but like way different. You're getting mango, you're getting crazy stuff that like a tea type, green tea flavor taste in there that's way different than, a Russell's or a Ben Holiday or a barrel. It's going to be a little bit different. But it's a gamble that you do to venture out. It's tough. I can't predict if it's going to be great, but you're killing me. Amburana. No, Amburana finished bottles. I don't know. I don't know. Doc Swanson. Okay, I don't have a Doc Swanson. I have not. I probably have tasted it, but I have not. I don't have a Doc Swanson, and that's it's one of those things that I'm not too sure of. All right, I found the Select at Sam's 57. Believe it or not, Cold George. All right, I'm glad to have you in here. I have one bottle of Amburana finished whiskey from Crowded Barrel. Cool to see what it does with the whiskey. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys had any other bottles that you recommend. I just tried in Tulsa. All right, so Cold George, you're in Tulsa area, Tetterdam. Haven't shipped family elsewhere because of the wacky local shipping rules. All right, you guys are talking about I hear Still Austin in there. I hear all kinds of stuff. All right, so I just poured the barrel, and what are we doing here? We're about an hour and a half in. All right, so everything's running good. Lights are on. Barrel Bourbon Batch 27. I did 31 last one, and I actually recorded a barrel 31. So this is 27. It's a blend of straight bourbons, barrel craft spirits, distillery undisclosed out of Tennessee, Kentucky, and Indiana. Proof 115.7, age 5 years. That's on the bottle. But it's a blend of 5, 6, 8, 9, 13, and 15. Mash bill undisclosed because it's going to be it'll take me a week to get through that. MSRP is 90. Got this thing for 65. And the reason why I went in for the barrels, because Bradley Baker goes, hey dude, try and see if you can get the barrel batch 35. Everybody wants 35. I don't know why everybody wants 35, but everybody wants 35. I've seen every other number when I went in there except for 35. So I ended up picking up a 27 and a 31. And I know Jeff has quite a few barrel bourbons up there. This looks good. And it's like I said, it's a great business model because they blend all these things. This barrel probably has 30 to 100 different type of bottles, and they keep pumping them out, and they're always going to be changing, and it's and they keep you coming back. It's a $78, $80, $90 average, for these type of bottles. You get the fancy ones, you'll end up getting a little more expensive. And I know Jeff has a couple of expensive barrel bottles, and they were great. I think there was one that but they don't tell you where it comes from. But the only one that kind of stood out that I had at Jeff's house, it was It was a blend with Dickel. And Dickel, some people don't like Dickel, but it's a specific flavor that Dickel puts out. Some people like it because obviously a lot of people like it because they're still in business making a lot of money. So okay, yeah. And I got Tater Dom and Jeff, you know, got the Doc Swanson thing going on here. Yeah, so, you know, like I said, Jeff's got a lot of bottles, and, you know, it's one of those things where you end up getting a whole bunch, and then you just kind of forget about it because it slowly moves back in the cabinet, and it gets lost for a while. And then you go revisit stuff, and you're like, dude, this is great. Why did I not drink this whole thing right away? You know, because you moved on. It's a constant evolution of change, you know, with the palate and everything like that. So, all right, this is like cherry and orange, the batch 27. Batch 27, it's good, you know. Everything I looked up, everyone liked it. But then again, all the barrel stuff, everybody liked. So, yeah, cherry and orange and oak on the nose. So I'm going to take a sip of this thing, and I don't know if you guys want me to try something else. Cherry, candy on there, like a Skittles on there. I got a lot of raisin on that. Raisin, fig, pretty much the same thing. But this thing's sweet. This thing is good. You know, and if I was the big name, you know, 100,000 followers plus whatever, everyone would be racing out to get the 27. This thing is good. And I'm sure if I keep going at it, you know, it's going to only get better. Because it's very sweet. And for 115.7 proof, it's not tasting that. It's probably tasting about 100 proof. And this thing's good. All right, so Tater Dom got Jeff going back to check out his Doc Swanson's. Because if I had to guess, Jeff, you probably have by 2 Doc Swansons, maybe 3, from what I can remember. I'm trying to remember this, the image. And Doc Swanson's good, and I think Jeff, if I'm wrong, Jason, you know, point us in the direction of a Doc Swanson, you know, bottle. So I don't know. I'm guessing Jeff, you know, Jason did. So good. I'm glad you're revisiting the Doc Swanson. But every time I go there, I'm not sure, you know. But they got some finished stuff and they got some regular stuff, and the price range is probably $60 to $80 on the Doc Swansons. You know, it's what you guys are thinking here. I don't know if you guys are tasting the same thing. Ugh. But this barrel batch 27. When I last saw it, where did I get it? I think I got this one in Texas. They had plenty of them. You know, there was probably 10, 15 deep and whatever they have in the back. And I'm sure that's everywhere. If you don't, you know, when the big names hit a specific like 37, and I saw Sealbox had 35. I'm sorry if I said 37. If, you know, Sealbox sent me a notification about a 35 that they just got. If you guys are interested, get it. But, you know, I think they were asking $90 for it. If anything you got with barrel, it's gonna taste good. It's gonna have different flavors. You know, I can tell the difference between this and the 31 I got. You know, but I don't. You know, it's like I said, they keep coming out with these different batches, and I don't think anyone has ever said anything bad about any of the batches that they put out. So, all right. So I'm gonna, probably got 2 sips on this thing. We're getting what, in an hour and 35 minutes of this thing. Yeah. It's cherry, candy, kind of like a fruit cup, raisin, fig. But it is sweet. It's a very sweet flavor that, like a fruity, sweet flavor that comes out of this thing. And then you throw the candy, which throws in the more, sweetness, sweetie, more sweet. It's, and then like the finish is kind of just settling in for like a sweet oak tobacco. Almost like a, butter kind of hanging there. So I'm going to take one more sip just to stack this thing up. And, you guys, this is a good, great turnout. I've gotten a lot of people here, and I'm going to have to, what do we got here? Jeff just sent, oh yeah, no. I thought you, all right. Jeff sent me a picture. It's the Prestige Leadroit Distribution Company straight bourbon whiskey. So he has the, I'm actually gonna show you the picture of what he's, here, I gotta get in front of me. This is what he's got. Oh, fuck, there we go. Yeah, this is what he got. I thought he had a couple Doc Swinsons. Doc Swinsons. I thought he had a couple of them, but I was wrong. But he, like I said, he's, we share. Every time I go over there, I end up getting ripped because I can't drink I keep drinking too much because he has so much. And and I know he's doing the same thing. He's getting more selective on the stuff he gets, stuff that he wants. And that way, you don't have a bunch that you have to burn through. It's you can collect too much. You can collect too much of stuff that you really don't need or want. But if you collect stuff that you really want, it means more. So you're gonna have less of it. So and we discussed it. He even said that he's backed off and was more selective on what he's getting, and that's what everyone should do. Don't get it just because, get it because you want it. For the collection aspect of it. I like pipe dreams. All right, so I'm biased. All right, so we got Tater Dom likes pipe dreams. Yeah. The Redwood Empire, I'll tell you right now, I see him chatting with the, I'm watching the chat. Redwood Empire, Buddhist, he says, so Redwood Empire pipe dream, I've had it opened it for, I have it opened it for about 6 months and still have a hard time enjoying it. Maybe it's me, but I can't stand it. You have any more else in the chat that have better luck? Pipe Dream, the basic the basic one that they have is good, but just like with anything, if you got a bunch of releases coming out, the barrel is going to be a little bit different. That's human, not human nature. That's the climate. That's how it is. You might have a few years that are warmer than others and moist and everything like that. It's going to change a little bit. Pipe Dream's good. My favorite Redwood Empire is probably going to be the Lost Monarch. It's a burr rye, so it's a blend. And I thought the first go-around of the Redwood Empire Lost Monarch was great. I got another bottle in there. I have not opened it yet. It's the second go of it. They have the cast strength. They have the Grizzly Beast. I really liked. I did a review on that. It's, just like with anything, you can have a great bottle 2 years ago. Henry McKinnon. 3 years ago, Henry McKinnon was, everybody wanted it. Now the Henry McKinnon isn't as good as 3 years a year ago, but it's good, but not as good as it was. So you're going to have to change, and that's the hard part about the bourbon whiskey stuff. it's going to constantly change because it's the climate that forces it to have different flavors. You know, you may have a couple years of cold, wet, whatever, and you're not going to extract the flavors out of the barrels. Whereas you're going to have the heat, you know, a hot summer, whatever, or a hot year, you're going to, you know, pull out more flavors. It's a constant change. Things are constantly changing with this, you know, with bottles, you know, with barrels. And they're going to be a little bit different. So they got the name still up there, and they're going to try to get, you know, these big distilleries are going to try and keep the same flavor that's pretty close. They're going to get close, you know, and that's what makes them good. So it's hard, you know. With the Redwood Empire, I like their stuff. I really do. I really like the Redwood Empire stuff because I think they're going to be able to compete with the big guys eventually if they keep doing what they're doing. You know, the cask strengths, you know, it's a little bit on the hot side, but it's still good. You're still getting those flavors that you want out of it. Pour right now, Redwood Empire Pipe Dream, let you know. I like the Pipe Dream, so I'm biased. All right, see? Yeah, Tater Dom likes the Pipe Dream. Buddhist, I get it. I've heard everyone love it. Just could be, hey, everybody's palate's a little bit different, so, you know, just because everybody loves it doesn't mean you're wrong. So it's a fan of all the Redwood Empires. Okay, Jeff likes all the Redwood Empires. Yeah, I knew he would. Great value in my opinion. Yeah, with the value, it's well worth it. Oh heck, Matt. If you're in a rye, I would recommend the Corbin Cash. You know what? I've seen the Corbin Cash. I'm going to write that down. I've seen it out there. No, I haven't seen it out there, but I heard people talking about it. I'm actually going to write it down. I like ryes. I'm a rye guy. Corbin Cash. Merced rye. Yeah, I'm writing it down because you know what? When I go in there, if I see the name, I'll get one. You know, based on what everyone says. Because if you don't know the name, why would you look at it? I'll try another bottle, but one I have is tough. You know what? Buddhist 829. I had a Widow Jane that's been horrible. I had to pour it out. It was that bad. Yeah, maybe you got a bad bottle. It happens. Sometimes you get a bad bottle. Someone was talking to me about a Green River. He hated the wheated. It could be a bad bottle. Sometimes it happens. Corbin Cash is also a Cali distillery. Oh, but they come out with very few. It's not like a massive, you know, 10,000 bottles that come out, you know, with the Corbin Cash. I've heard it. I've actually written it down somewhere else, but I wrote it down on my notes here. Jeff G, I haven't, not yet, fan of JD, but definitely open to try. Oh, bang for the buck. Yeah, you know what? I love the chat going back and forth on this thing. It's great. It's you guys are talking. It's like having a bunch of buddies come over, sitting, you know, in your living room or outside, tasting, shooting the shit, throwing out names, just communicating, because that's where you're going to be able to go out and go, you know, like Corbin Cash. I've heard it, and this is, you know, probably the second, third time I've heard Corbin Cash. What did I write down? Something else somewhere. I wrote down another one that I think Tater Bomb threw out, and Tater Bomb threw out a Rebecca Creek. I'm going to look for a Rebecca Creek. I think this is how you spread the word on the bottles that don't have the big names like Wild Turkey, Heaven Hill, Buffalo Trace, Knob Creek. This is how you get to know these smaller distilleries. You get to, you know, with the communication of like a chat here. We're talking people from, you know, Rancho Cucamonga. We got Jeff. He's up where I'm at. Buddhist, I don't know where you're out of, but you know, and Troy M, he's out of Florida. I know that. You everyone goes out and tries stuff out, like the, certain bottles, and then you share it, and then what you should get based on what they think. So I don't know. I'm glad the big, huge, the smaller distilleries started out as a potato farm. Yeah, no, it's, you want to give the business to the people that are, working. They're not, they're not the big names, but but if they bring out some good stuff like the Ben Holiday stuff, out of Missouri, who knew? It's, everyone wants good flavors and they want a good price for what they're going to pay for. Like barrel, you're going to spend between 75 to 95 bucks for the average bottle of barrel. Ben Holiday, the most expensive is going to be 75 and under. The regular non-Rickhouse stuff is going to be 65 bucks ish. The Russell's 13, you're going to pay top dollar for it. That's just how it is. You're going to pay a shitload of money unless you got a good connection that that you made friends with. And with the Russell's barrel selection, you're going to make it's going to be about 78 to 80 bucks, and you're going to get some great flavors out of it. So with this whole thing here, the lineup today, it's value and flavor, and you're going to have to put them all together to see which is right for you. Not everybody can afford a $200 bottle, and if you want to get something close to 200 bottles, you go for the barrel select of the Russells. Barrel bourbon, even if it's going to be 85 bucks. It's your choice between a private select barrel, which are kind of not easy to come by, but the barrel bourbons, you're going to find them everywhere. And I'm sure all the barrel bourbons that you come across are going to taste good. They're going to taste a little bit different. The Ben Holiday, they just started rearing their head in 2023, coming out with some good stuff. So it's and then every state is going to be a little bit different that gets better prices than others. So I've gone through Sealbox. They're pretty reasonable, but you got to pay for shipping and all that stuff. And they work with you. The smaller distilleries are pumping out great flavor bourbon whiskeys, rye, you name it. They're making some good stuff. And eventually, I'd say within 6 years, if they're making their own stuff and and housing it, you can't go wrong with the small distilleries. But you can always rely on the big names for the constant, consistency that they put out. So I don't know. You guys are having a great time. Jeff, thanks for jumping in. Tater Dom, you're the man. Buddhist, love it. And Jeff, thanks for jumping in, man. Help me out, filling in the gaps here, and expanding the friendship over the whole United States. So I'm going to start wrapping this thing up. Things are still running, and this is the longest live stream I've had. So everyone out there, share, tell a friend, like, subscribe, hit the bell, and I'm going to get off the air. So if you guys have anything else, I will do another live stream, hopefully in probably a week. I want to go 2 weeks. I'm going to go 2 weeks. And Jeff just sent me. All right, guys. Jack Daniel's Tennessee Rested Tennessee Rye. If you guys have a bottle of this, I'm about ready to jump off the air here because I've been going on an hour and 50 minutes. I have one. Jeff gave me one. I had one before. This you will never find, and it's a collector's item. I'm going to show you a picture of this thing. Let's see if it focuses in. That thing is a Jack Daniel's Rested Tennessee Rye. It's probably one of the. I'm still going to stick with the The Barrel Seagrass is my favorite rye. This is probably my second favorite rye. But you can never find this. And if you do find it, you're going to pay a huge price. And if you look in the background of the picture I showed you, it's me. That's me. I appreciate it, Jeff. I think it's cool. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so I'm getting ready to wrap this stuff up. I had a great time. It's going to take me about another 30 minutes to break this stuff down. But you know what? You guys are great. Everybody in the chat. Have a great night, Matt. Cool. Thanks, Tater. Cool, George. Glad to catch you live. Yeah, all you guys in this thing, just spread the word. You know, believe it or not, I deal with YouTube quite a bit, and you know, they deal with a lot of bots, because anybody that subscribes to me, that's actually a person, I get an email, and they go, hey, so and so is subscribed. But then I'll look, I go, how come I got 3 or 4, subscribers? Those are bots. You know, they're just throwing them out there just to do whatever. But you know, the best way to do it is just basically grassroots, spread the word. Hey, if you want to hear a guy fucking flap his gums, I'll do it. And, you know, the chat basically dictates how I go on this thing. I try and give you a few reviews, and I'll actually do reviews on these things. But the most important thing is you got a little community here, and the way community grows is by word of mouth, not by, social media. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and log off, and I appreciate everybody. Thanks again. Leave comments. Tell me if you want me to change something. If I can do it, I'll do it. If not, or throw in some suggestions to get me out to go check out the liquor stores, and I'll get some bottles. So I got a couple down here. The Rebecca Creek, and I got the Corbin whatever. I can't remember, but I wrote it down because I forget. I will go looking for them. So I'm Matt. Hey, like, subscribe, watch the reviews, and I'll talk to you later, guys. Thanks again. Appreciate it.